Unfortunately, sir, there's really no easy way for me to say this, but your son did not survive his injuries tonight.
This is Otis Anderson Sr., who has just found out that his one and only son has died. A son that he shot along with his wife of over 2 decades.
I said, are you serious? And then he turned around and he shot me. Because she was shot twice.
She must have got it away.
Now, no matter how much he pretends to be innocent, detectives will begin to realize that the father they see isn't the father Otis is. Because hidden beneath the sobs and wails is a twisted man.
Hey, boy, you don't hurt me. I'm saying you don't do that.
What happens then when he charges you?
If I could do it all over again, maybe I'd take him like that.
On November 29th, 2021, dispatch in Jacksonville, Florida received a 911 call with the kind of chilling words you never want to hear. There's blood everywhere. When police arrived at the home of Otis Anderson Sr., his wife Denise, and their son Otis Jr., they saw just how painfully true that was.
Holy that was a big old blood splatter there, boy. This guy lost a lot of blood.
Otis Jr. was barely clinging to life after receiving several gunshot wounds to the chest. A football superstar who played with the Los Angeles Rams and the UCF Knights, he had a bright future ahead of him. But now medics were unsure if he'd even survive the night. What they were sure about, however, was who shot him. His own father, Otis Sr. Police rushed Jr. to the hospital alongside his mother Denise, who had suffered 2 grazing shots in the altercation. But what was the altercation about? Well, as police took Sr. into custody, he sure wanted to tell them about it. And he clearly doesn't sound remorseful about what took place.
I'm in my house. I'm getting attacked. You said you don't want to hear it? Okay. No one even asked me my side of the story.
While his son and wife are raced to the hospital for treatment, Otis Sr. is taken into custody and questioned. The following footage was kindly provided to us by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office in Florida.
Hey, Mr. Anderson. I'm Detective Dishman. This is my partner, Detective Smith. I know it's all night. I apologize for taking me so long to get down here to speak with you. We just had to do some other things before we got down here, okay? I apologize. Before we can get really started into all this, obviously, I only know a little bit about what's going on. I'm trying to clarify some things to get a full understanding of what happened today. Obviously, all of that's very important because we all know there's multiple sides to every story. Before I can get a full understanding of what happened tonight, I do need to read you your rights. You're not under arrest at this moment, okay? Because I don't know exactly what happened today.
Detectives read Otis Sr. his rights, and very quickly they're off to the races. Now, despite this case being public record, police did redact Denise, his wife's name, from the interrogation because she is a victim. So just keep that in mind.
So, I see your hand's a little dried up blood. Is that an injury?
Yeah, my son dog bit me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it on both hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yes, sir.
it's been a long day. Had nobody told me, status of my son.
I can tell you, the last update I had is I have one of my partners is at the hospital and they're still working. So, as soon as I can get an update, I will give it to you.
Nobody gave me because nobody panicked and she passed out and it took something like that.
It's fine. I can tell you that. I have not even got a chance to really see your son. Because, when the hospital does their that's them. I'm not going to interfere in that. Okay? So as soon as I can get you an update on that, I will. And if my phone, text message or something.
The most important thing I want to hear is status on him.
Yes, sir. And when I can get you that answer.
He's junior.
I get it. 100% get it. And what I'll do is I can tell you right before I stepped in this room I didn't have one, but if you maybe in like 30 minutes or so, I'll reach out to my partner.
That's all I want to know.
I know we have bad reception in the hospital too, though, so that doesn't help.
Pacing back and forth, just praying,
Yes, sir. Can you tell me a little bit about what happened today? Or you start wherever you think it's important to start.
Well, it all happens fast. First, his dog, he was dog sitting his girlfriend dog. And I came home, the dog, he was messing with stuff. So I went to get him and put him in a cage, and he bit me. So, I picked him up, and I put him outside. My son, he got, agitated about it, and so, he had a few words, my bean, and then, he popped off at him. I'm like, hey, boy, you ain't gonna hurt me. Now, I'm seeing you don't do that, and it happened so fast. He went around, he come around, I walked over, and I armed myself, and next thing I know, he was coming towards me, and it happened so fast, that's.
I know it's a lot for me to just come in here and be like, sir, can you tell me what happened tonight? So as slow and detailed as we have to go, I guess tell me a little bit about, is your son currently living at that house?
Yes.
Okay. How long has he been staying there?
All his life. He went to college, and then he went to college, and he was gone, then he come back. He's been back home because he went to the NFL briefly, but he's been back home since, September, October.
Okay, so he's been back home for over a month now.
No, he been back for a minute there.
Okay.
Because the regular season started September, so and he was on the roster, practice roster, so he's been back late part of September. So.
Okay. And what happened? Like his girl, you said it's his girlfriend's dog. How long has the dog been at the house?
And the dog been there a couple of days.
And does the girlfriend live there, or only spends the night sometimes?
Occasionally.
Okay.
She's out of town.
Okay. So you're trying to get the dog in the cage. He bites you.
Yeah.
And I get it. I would smack the dog too, because it's a jerk action to do that. So your son got upset that you smacked the dog?
Yeah, he got upset that I smacked the dog and I put him outside. So he got upset. And.
Can you tell me a little bit about? I know you said I'm senior. What was he saying to you that made you upset?
Like I said, it happened so fast. Just him being, a young man, and I can't recall the exact words, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it happened so fast, and he, I call it blowing up. He got aggressive, and I'm like, no, that ain't going down. Not here. No, I'm not gonna let you put your hands on me. So.
Did he actually put his hands on you, or did you feel like he was going to?
Well, actually, there was some friction. We had a little shoving. So I went this way, he went that way, and then he came back around, and and I had went arm myself, and then he went through the foyer and came through the former living room and came through the kitchen way, and I was in the kitchen area. So
So he walks that way towards the formal. You said you go and arm yourself. Where's your gun at?
My gun is actually, I keep it in the garage actually.
Okay.
Self-defense is supposed to only work if you're at danger of dying. The fact that Otis had time to run to his garage and get a weapon doesn't really speak to a rushed, violent altercation. It implies that Otis Sr. was angry and he wanted to teach his son a lesson. Because, as you'll repeatedly hear, Otis takes pride in the house being his house with his rules and being a senior to his son's junior. Which is another way of saying I like to be in total control with no one questioning me.
When I come back in, and he comes through and through the kitchen area. And there's a little gate that he come in, so
What's going on at that moment?
He charged me.
Okay, and what happens then when he charges you?
I tell him stop, and
Is he actually in the kitchen or on the other side of that baby gate thing?
he's coming over. He's already past the gate. He's
In the kitchen.
he's well beyond that.
Okay. And so at that point, do you shoot at him?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how many times?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm not. If you don't know something, I get it. So what happens then?
I put it down.